Hello, good morning, friends. Welcome to day 2 of Food for Thought with Dr. Pooja. And today I'm going to talk with you about failure and success. So, the thought of the day is failure is not the opposite of success, failure is a part of success. So, these two terms, failure and success, we have been listening these terms since our childhood. On and off, we have learned, we have heard these terms a lot. So, before moving ahead, as usual, I would like to proceed with an example. So, here today we are considering a case of an aspirant who is trying to prepare for a competitive examination. Okay, so the common understanding in this case about failure and success would be, if this aspirant is able to crack the examination and if he is able to get selected in the examination, then that would be considered success. And if he is not able to crack the examination or if he doesn't get selected in the examination, then that would mean failure, right? This is a very simple and common understanding of failure and success. But in today's discussion, I would like to redefine these two terms. So, before we start redefining these terms, let's say that people who are working upon an endeavor. Now, in this case, in our case, this aspirant is preparing for his competitive exams, and he has really, genuinely, and sincerely done whatever he can do. He has taken a lot of efforts. He has really tried to give everything, like give his best shot. He has not left a single stone unturned. He has challenged his own comfort zones. He has tried breaking his habits. He has been studying. He has been doing each and everything that can be done, that is possible on his part. So, in short, he has tried a lot. He has given all that he could, and still, if our aspirant fails to crack the examination or if he fails to get selected, then does that mean he is a failure? So, most of the times, what we do is that when we are trying hard for something, we are trying for some endeavor, we are investing our energy, our time in a particular task, and we are giving all that we can do, we can give for that task. We are doing everything possible, and still if we fail to complete the task, what most of us start thinking, that I have tried so much, I have done everything that was possible, and still I came out as a failure. I'm a loser, I'm a failure. So now here what I want to tell you all is that the thing is that you have failed in this attempt. You have failed in this first attempt. It may be a first attempt, it may be a second attempt, but this was an attempt in which you failed. That doesn't imply that you are a failure. I am a failure, I am a loser. This sentence, if you literally take the meaning of this sentence, I am a failure means you cannot do anything. You are a vegetable. You just cannot do anything. That is the literal meaning of I am a failure. But is there anybody in this world who cannot do anything? A live person at least takes breath. He is alive. His pulse is going on. So he is doing something. It's not possible for any person in this world to do nothing. So I am a failure literally means I am not able to do anything, and that is practically impossible. So this phrase I am a failure is not appropriate. Yes, I failed in this attempt. but that doesn't mean I am a failure for lifetime. I will try harder next time. I will try more next time and try to give more best shot next time. So this is what actually is required. So this is all what I said about failure. Now let's come to success. What do we mean by success? Now, as I said, the common understanding in this about success would be that if that aspirant is able to crack the examination, or if he is able to get selected in the examination. But I would like to redefine this definition of success. If you see, as I said, that this aspirant has taken a lot of efforts. He has taken a lot of efforts during the preparation process. So now, in this process of preparation, when he was trying to prepare for his competitive exams, if that aspirant has learned three things. Now the first thing is that if while preparing for the examination, he has studied a lot, he has gained a lot of knowledge about different subjects, because competitive exams include information about a range of subjects, a variety of subjects. So if in the process of preparation, if he has gained knowledge about different subjects, then he has gained something, he has gained knowledge, and this knowledge is something which nobody can take from him. So the first thing that he has gained during the process of preparation is that he has gained knowledge. Now the second thing, now while he was preparing for the competitive exams, he has challenged his own comfort zones. He has tried breaking his habits. Maybe earlier he was not able to sit at a place, concentrate and study, but during the preparation for the exam, he has studied and he has sat at a place, he has studied, he has concentrated. So during this process, he has actually grown as a human being. But the second most important thing is that in the process of preparing for the exam, he has grown as a human being, because he was able to challenge his comfort zones, he was able to break some of his habits, he was able to study for hours together. So actually he has grown as a human being. And the third most important thing, while he was preparing for his examination, he have come to know what are his strengths, his weaknesses and his limitations. So here I would just like to make clear these three terms. So whenever you are trying to prepare for any task, whenever you are working upon any project, you are working upon any task, in that process, what we start realizing is that what we are good at and what is little difficult for us and what seems nearly impossible for us. So now these three things we have given names. So the first is our strength, the second is our weakness, and the third is our limitation. So now I'll make this clear with an example. When we were in 12th standard, 11th, 12th standard, we were having these subjects, chemistry, biology, maths, physics. So some of the people would say, यार केमिस्ट्री और बायोलॉजी तो बहुत ही आसान है यार, उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता है, बट फिज़िक्स एंड मैथ्स यार बहुत सर के ऊपर से जाता है. Then some people would say केमिस्ट्री में इक्वेशंस तो बहुत अच्छे से आ जाता है, फटाफट हो जाता है, लेकिन वो बड़े बड़े एक्सपेरिमेंट्स नहीं जमते हैं यार. So now when you are saying this, do you know what actually we are doing? We are analyzing our strengths and our weaknesses. So now a person who finds chemistry, biology easy and who finds maths, physics difficult. So chemistry, biology, its concepts, its understanding is easier for him. So that is his strength. And maybe physics, maths, it includes lots of calculations and a lot of practical applications. So maybe that is little difficult for him. So that can be considered as a weakness where he has to work a little more so that he can strengthen himself in those subjects. So when you are preparing for any examination, you are preparing for any project, in that process you come to know, when you are doing things, you automatically come to know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and the third is limitation. Now limitation is something which we cannot do much for our limitations. An example of limitation would be a person who is trying for IPS. Now for IPS, physical test is important. So they have to crack the physical test. For cracking the physical test, there is one parameter, that is your height. Now most of the people are rejected in the physical test because they don't reach the mark of the height. So now this is a limitation, because how hard you work upon your height is something which cannot be increased beyond a particular age. So now that is a limitation, because how hard you work upon it, you will not be able to change it much. So in the process of preparing for the examination, or whenever you are trying to prepare for a particular task, if in that process you are able to find out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and what are your limitations, then you are able to know where you have to focus more. Your strength is something where your strengths will help you excel in that field. Your weaknesses are something where you have to work upon a lot, and your limitations is something where you need not work much, because working much upon that will lead in wastage of your time and energy. So once you are able to understand what is your strength, what is your weaknesses, and what are your limitations, you know where you should concentrate more, where you should invest your time and energy more. You should invest your time and energy more on your strengths and weaknesses. So isn't this a really great realization? Isn't this a very important tool to know what are your strengths and your weaknesses, so that whenever you are choosing a career, whenever you are applying for a job or whatever, you know what are the capabilities that you have. So you will always try to find a job where your capabilities are appreciated and your limitations don't have much role. So if our aspirant in this case, if he has learned these three things, if he has gained knowledge, if he has grown as a human being, if he was able to challenge himself, his habits, and third, if he was able to identify what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses, and what are his limitations, then believe me, he has really done a lot of work. He has really gained a lot, and that I would consider a success. So success doesn't always mean you have to win, doesn't always mean you have to pass. Success also means that you have worked upon yourself, you have gained something during the process of working upon yourself, during the process of working for that task, during the process of preparing for the examination. If during the process you have worked upon yourself, you have gained these things, then you have actually grown as a human being. So that is also in one way your success. So if we understand this, we we will learn the importance of participating in a particular endeavor, in a particular task, and we will learn the importance of learning from the participation, not always running behind winning or coming first or cracking the examination. That doesn't mean that it doesn't matter if you don't crack the examination or if you don't get selected in the examination, that is of least importance. No, this doesn't mean that you're passing the examination or you're winning the competition or coming first or getting selected is least important. No, it's not like that. But it is also not the most important thing, that if you are not passing the examination then you are a failure. No, though you have not passed the examination, but during the process you have learned a lot of things. Now whatever you have learned during the process, you can apply this. You can apply this knowledge, you can apply this learning in your future endeavors. If you are again trying next year to give the examination, if you are again trying to do that task in which you failed earlier, so next time, the second time when you are going to do it, you will have a lot of tools in your hand. You will be in a much better position and you can give your best. So dear friends, so I have tried to explain you the meaning of failure and success, and how failure is not the opposite of success. Failure and success, they are not opposites. Failure is a part of success. So success is a very broad term. As I said, success not only means winning, passing. Success means learning. Success means growing. So if you have learned, if you have grown, then that was a success. Failure was a part of it. You have time, you have opportunities. So next time, try harder, and next time you will be having a lot of tools in your hand. Okay? So I feel this video will help you to deal with your failures, and thanks for watching. Thank you.